you've just been looking at the Grade Studio box, which is in the book, which looks like this. So it gives you advice about what you might like to do. Now, you're probably aware that you can access the online version of that book. So if I go through to show you where that is, students, curriculum, MFL, resources includes online books, Key Stage 3 and GCSE OCR Active teach online books, Expo GCSE French Higher. Go down the page a little bit, choose Unit 3 Là où j'habite, which is the one we're in, press enter, close that down a little bit to make it a little bit bigger, wait for it to load up, and then just drop that little side down so that I can access this little bit down here. It says Contents List. Press the Contents List box open, click on Module 3 Là où j'habite, go down to the bottom and click Contrôle Écrit, and you're presented with exactly the same page as we're looking at now. Do you agree? Yes. Now, where I think this is going to be really useful for you is if you look over here and click into there and just go into this page, you can see that it says exactly the same thing. So look at that there. I'll just go on to the visualization. You can't see really the difference between the two, can you? They look exactly the same. Only this is an online book. And there are things in the online book which are better than the book that you've got in front of you. Any ideas what I've got in the online book, or on the online book, that I haven't got in the book that I'm looking at there? I might have sound. Good. Haven't on that page, but I would do on the preceding page, which is all about this. Look. If I go here, this is the Contrôle Écrit, which has got, Contrôle Oral, which has got loads of stuff on there which you can go to. What else might it have? Right, go into this button here, Page Resources, click it open, and it's got 3 examples. It's also got some teacher's notes if you're that way inclined, but it's got 3 examples. Writing example 1, writing example 2, and writing example 3. What do you think writing example 1 will be when I open it up? It's going to be the C grade piece of writing, because writing example 1 there goes with this here. 2 goes with the one beneath it, and 3 goes with the one beneath that. So let's open up writing example number 1, and hopefully it will download in next to no time. There it is. Next to no time at all. Almost instantly it will open up before your very eyes. Quite. There are the preparation questions, students' business. You can see the little washing machine spinning around at the bottom, and eventually the text comes up. So now there's 2 really good things about this text. 1, it's a text, and it's got some words in it like texts do. And you look at the text, what grade is that? That's a C grade, right? And if you look at the Grade Studio over here, so if I look in the visualization here, that's not the visualization, but if I look in there, it tells me it's breaking up text, visitors review, use the perfect tense with avoir, use the perfect tense with there to say we went, and there you are. Was that the one I was doing? Yes, it was. Right, so the second really useful thing it's got though is this. If I drop down, you'll see that there's a second page, and it's got an examiner's commentary, and it says this would be a C grade at GCSE as it contains 3 different time frames. Present tense is used often, for example, j'habite, I live. The past is also in evidence, such as j'ai visité, and simple conditional is used to indicate a future time frame, je voudrais habiter, I'd like to live, etc, etc, etc. How many of those examples are there in Word attached throughout the online book? What maths have I got to do to work out how many examples there are? How many for every module? 3. Well done, but good, David. Right, so 3. How many is that then? How many modules are there? Find out. 9 modules. So 27 examples of what you've got to put into controlled assessment to achieve a C grade, more than a C grade, and an A or an A star grade. What some of you might like to do is go home, download all of those and put them into a French folder under the heading Model Texts from the online book, and then you go through it and you'd highlight all of the bits that you're going to then try to put into your work. Why is it good that you've got a text? Why is it good then? Well, I don't want you to copy and paste it, because that, you know, the thing is that when your written work is examined by OCR, those people at OCR, what do you think they know you've got access to? Or they might not know about the online book, but they will almost certainly know that you have access to the Expo book, which at the top left-hand corner says OCR GCSE. So what do you think the examiners, the moderators, might know about you when we submit your work? That you have access to textbooks that say things like OCR GCSE. Who marks your work, your written work, when it gets sent off to the board? It's going to be a person. What's going to be? It's going to be a teacher. What kind of teacher do you think it's going to be who's going to be marking your work? And it won't be me. It will be a French teacher. Good. What do French teachers generally have access to? French textbooks. Right, the OCR GCSE Expo book is by far and away the most common book which is used by schools in the UK who teach GCSE French. So, the chances are that the person who marks your work is going to have one on their desk. So they're going to be familiar with all the things that go in it. So I wouldn't suggest that you copy and paste it. But what could you do to that? You could modify it, Karina. Right? You could modify. What's another word for modify? Change. What's another word? Adapt. So, what kind of activities do we do in class that help you to adapt text? Whizzy loops. Right? These are the kind of skills that you need, I think, to be able to do any piece of controlled assessment. What I don't want you to do, and I will screencast this at a later date, like tomorrow, is what I don't want you to do is use what piece of stuff on the internet? Google Translate. But I'm going to go into that in a different thing. So this screencast was purely about what you have at your disposal. One more thing to add to it. What's your bit.ly? So bit.ly / capitals pap 9p. Don't forget that when we go through, when you type that into an Internet Explorer or Chrome, it hopefully, in no time at all, will come up with the OneDrive. What have I put into your OneDrive for you? Everything you've done. Don't forget, explained to you before, Unit 3, April 2014, is where you'll find all your stuff. Of course, you can use it to go and look at the song that you all sang to my daughter on her birthday if you want to. I'm not going to play it now on the screencast, but you can. It's still there. Unit 3, April 2014. Listen. What's that down there? It's a PowerPoint. How many slides has the PowerPoint got on it? Lots and lots. What's contained in all of those PowerPoint slides? Information and work that you can use. What's in each of these folders that says WC 2nd of June 2014? Is it a toilet? Yes. No. What does WC stand for? No, it's not water closet. No, not wheelchair, no.
Week commencing.
Week commencing, well done. And if I go into my week commencing the 2nd of June, why is that folder empty? That's not supposed to be empty. If I go in there, for example, it's got transcripts and tarsiers for you to look back at to help you. So, what I want you to do now is